Looking back at Brangelina's 12-year relationship, we can't skip an outstanding French property from their rich real estate empire. Many of our subscribers commented they would like a virtual tour around Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's vineyard in France. You ask? We do. Welcome to their $60 million Château Miraval, a family retreat for the former couple and their 6 kids. Want to see where it all started, as well as picturesque shots from Jolie Pitt's wedding in 2014? Want to know what the iconic Château Miraval rosé tastes like? Prepare some popcorn and handkerchiefs for a sentimental tour. The now ex-couple purchased a controlling stake in a sprawling villa in 2008. They signed a long-term lease on the property in 2008 with the intention of eventually turning it into their principal residence. Brad and Angelina officially acquired the home in 2012 for an estimated $60 million. Château Miraval boasts a private lake, pine forests, sprawling hillsides, olive groves, multiple fountains, aqueducts, streams, a vineyard, and a moat. The grounds are glorious, producing fine wine, truffles, honey, and olive oil. The land is ideal for organic farming. It seems the place has it all, even celebrity neighbors such as Johnny Depp, David, and Victoria Beckham. The magnificent 1,200-acre estate sits along an ancient Roman road in the small village of Coron in South France. There's a dated stone with the inscription 1820 on the territory. The complex contains multiple structures dating back to the 17th century, but its history is even more ancient. In 1252, an influential philosopher and theologian, St. Thomas Aquinas, reportedly spent several days at the house. This lovely place served as a monastery in the Middle Ages. In the 15th century, the chateau was the private residence of the Orsini Prince of Naples. Then, French jazz pianist Jacques Lussier bought it in 1970. He created Studio Miraval, and several renowned performers recorded tracks there, including Pink Floyd, AC/DC, Sting, and Muse. In 1992, American winemaker Tom Bove purchased Miraval for its lush vineyards. The new owner developed the chateau into one of France's top organic wine producers. He described Miraval as an absolutely incredible property, considering it very remote and beautiful. Tom Bove said, "There was a very special smell of winter jasmine, thyme, and rosemary." Then, the Hollywood couple bought the picturesque property. Remarkably, Mr. Bove described Angelina as such a beautiful person and Brad as down-to-earth and very smart. He was happy to pass Miraval to people who would keep it in good repair. When Pitt and Jolie moved in, they continued the wine-growing tradition. The ex-couple launched Miraval Wines with France's reputed Perrin family on Valentine's Day 2013. The same year, they sold their first 6,000 rosé bottles for $140 per case. The pale pink Château Miraval Rosé is a fresh and fruity wine with aromas of citrus and red fruits. It took them only 5 hours to sell the last bottle. The couple actively participated in the winemaking process. They attended rosé blending sessions, switched to steel tanks, and helped create a new bottle shape and label. Thierry Dessauve was the first lucky wine critic to taste Rosé Miraval. He said the wine was very fresh, fruity, and exuberant on the aroma side, but also round, supple, and energetic. The critic estimated rosé at 91 points out of 100. Nowadays, the Miraval winery domain comprises nearly 400 hectares. It is considered one of the top 500 wine producers in France. 50 hectares are dedicated to vine cultivation. The territory features clay limestone soil, offering good water retention and optimal sunlight exposure for the vines. The predominant grape variety is Grenache, but there's also Cinsault, Syrah, and Rolle. The wine cellars look spectacular. The main house features 35 rooms, the interior of which is fairly modest. For example, the living room features an L-shaped leather sofa, a wooden coffee table, and a patterned rug. One of the numerous bedrooms is equipped with a big double bed and wooden furniture. Pitt decided to opt for some adjustments to make the house more kid-friendly. If you remember from our previous video on his 2024 LA home, the famous actor is deeply interested in architecture. Thus, he arranged indoor and outdoor pools, a dirt bike course, a helicopter pad, a gym, a spa, a home theater, and a video game room. Brad also designed several pieces of furniture himself. Angelina also put her hand in making some additions to the home's renovation. In 2010, she had a 200-year-old olive tree relocated to the garden. However, the remodeling didn't go seamlessly. Pitt and Jolie hired French designer Odile Soudan and her Lumière studio back to improve on 4 buildings on their property. In 2010, the Parisian Court of Appeals ordered Brad to pay a designer for work on the villa. The reason was Pitt had stopped covering the monthly bill. Soudan even had to shutter her studio, unable to pay acoustic specialists and optical engineers. The Hollywood star was ordered to pay the French designer around $609,200. The ancient chateau also includes a chapel and a farm. Miraval witnessed the rise of the couple's success in business and the blossoming of their love, so it was a perfect place for a wedding ceremony. Their kids were very happy when Pitt and Jolie announced their engagement in 2012. Brad proposed to Angelina right in the chateau. Angelina reportedly had promised her mother she would get married in France. The actress kept her promise. Just imagine that she and Pitt married in the remnants of a Romanesque chapel in the territory of Château Miraval. This way, the actress honored her mom. The wedding was highly intimate. Only 20 closest friends and relatives were invited, including their 6 children. The newlyweds adhered to utmost privacy. They considered making the day relaxed and full of laughter very important. Their kids were the planners and helped their parents write their vows. Jolie's unique Versace silk dress and veil were decorated with their children's artwork, and Pitt borrowed a tie from one of his sons. The groom had forgotten to pack his. Since the ceremony was kept a secret, photos weren't initially accessible for public display. Later, the wedding photos were sold for double-digit millions of dollars, and each penny of that stunning amount went to charity. After Mr. and Mrs. Smith dug out their divorce hatchet and Jolie sold her interests in the vineyard in 2021, Château Miraval became an apple of discord. According to legal documents, Pitt claimed Jolie had no right to conduct the sale, as they had previously agreed that neither would do so without the other's approval. He put a lot of effort, time, and energy into the estate. It literally became his passion project. This resulted, quote, into a multi-million-dollar global business and one of the world's most highly regarded producers of rosé wine. No wonder Pitt was deeply offended by Jolie's actions. The actor claimed his ex-wife contributed, quote, nothing to Miraval's success. Since the 400-hectare French estate was the fabulous setting for the couple's wedding in 2014, it's extremely sad that it became a battleground for their bitter divorce proceedings in 2019. However, Brad doesn't seem to give up on the adorable chateau. As a savvy businessman, he renovated Studio Miraval with an Emmy-winning French composer and producer, Damien Quintard, in 2022. Studio One was built around a desk designed by Pitt and Quintard with analog and digital capacities, a fully integrated Dolby Atmos system, and technology for pre-mixing for movies and television. The studio features 25-foot ceilings, a control room of 328 square feet, and a 1,049 square foot live room. There are also recording booths, a room with vintage rare musical gear, workstations for video and sound editing, a mezzanine overlooking the whole studio, a swimming pool, and a tower attached to the studio to house visiting bands and musicians. The lovely recording studio reopened for bookings from musicians in 2022. As you see, Château Miraval is an outstanding place with fertile lands, numerous attractions, and a great story to tell. This gorgeous villa's value increases each year, like the value of a good French wine stored in Miraval's chilly cellars. Please share your impressions of the video with us. What fact about Château Miraval surprised you the most? Has the charming French villa fulfilled your expectations? Your comments are highly important to us.